Hello, everyone. Welcome back row patriots. If you don't know me, hi, I'm a Black conservative commentator and writer, and this is my podcast where I discuss relevant issues surrounding people, society, culture, and politics. And yes, I have a carton of milk. I'm at the very end of it. I just so thirsty and I don't feel like grabbing water, so I'm drinking milk right out of the cart. It's only for me. I live by myself, so it's fine. Hey, so I'm gonna start off with the scripture that I found in the Psalms. I've been really loving the Psalms lately, and I was like, oh, I'm going a little bit back. Okay, and the scripture is Psalm 17 and verse 1. It's going to be really short and sweet. Gotcha. It says, "Hear me, Lord, my plea is just. Listen to my cry. Hear my prayer. It does not rise from deceitful lips." All right. I'm going to share a very touch and go story. I'm going to touch a little bit about my foster care journey. I was born and raised in the state of Maryland. I was born to a single mother. I lived with her for the first 10 years of my life. And then, because my mother was dealing with some issues and couldn't raise me, I went into the foster care system at age 11 after spending a year in kinship. What is kinship care? Kinship care is when you're removed from your parent, they the system, child welfare service, they place you with a family member, a relative. Yeah, that is a requirement. A blood relative, indeed. And so, because my family members couldn't, who took me in, couldn't, weren't up for the responsibility of raising me, I then went into the foster care system at age 11. And I stayed in the foster care system until I aged out at 21, because in Maryland and several other states, you can stay in the system up until age 21 if you are not adopted or receive guardianship. And sometimes things happen, and you basically have nowhere else to go. There are basically no options left for you, so you go into what is called APLA, which is arranged, planned, something living arrangement, something. Anyways, that was me, and I stayed in the system from age 11 to age 21. And I've been in four foster care's home. One of them was considered a respite care home, which was a short-term living arrangement foster care home. So there's that. I never went to a group home, never went to a juvenile facility. Not that I ever did anything that would let me there. But usually foster kids are sometimes placed in juvenile facilities when there's limited foster homes in the area. So now that you know a little bit about my story, I've also shared a lot about my foster care journey through a series I called Fostered Stories, where I dive into little different topics and issues that have happened to me when I was a kid in the system. So I have episodes like, if you want, I will create, like, I will streamline a playlist of episodes just on foster stories episodes. That way you guys can listen to me. I also have done a very lengthy video of detailing my foster care journey, and I believe I call the episodes called My Fostered live story. I'll share a link of that episode. It's a very old episode. I probably did it like year one, year two of this podcast journey. So if you want to listen to that, I will be sure to share that. I've also decided that I would like to revamp an episode on that and revamp um um and retell my story again through like a new line. I decided to if I wanted to use like AI a little bit and be so um yeah, and use AI and to craft like some type of like fictional cartoon-ish story map for you guys. I don't know. I'm just thinking here. I'm just thinking. So I wanted to share um what are my thoughts on the current foster care system? Okay, I believe that the foster care system is corrupt. Yep, I believe it's corrupt. And here's why I believe it's corrupt. Foster care operates through government funding streams where agencies are reimbursed per child, per case, per service rendered. Longer stays equals more funding. Management becomes more transactional. Assessment, therapy, referrals, evaluation, court reports all become billable bill- billable activities by the state. Kinship care is super underfunded. Survivors oftentimes age out of the system with little to no assets, oftentimes no assets, and the legal system benefits tremendously well from foster care cases. That is just mainly the legal side of it. I think that the foster care system is designed to keep kids in the welfare system. I don't believe that the way that the foster care system is orchestrated, you oftentimes hear from different activist groups, social workers, that even that the goal of the foster care system is reunification. I also think that message can go to hell. I think that reunification is the number single is the top single reason why the system is so overburdened today, because people are hell bent on this idea that a child needs to stay with its family regardless how dysfunctional or abusive or whatever the case may be, with the family, that it's better for the child to stay in the system rather than finding them a lovely home to be in. And so I wanted to share the social aspect of it. Foster care, you oftentimes receive therapy services. Looking back, I never really liked the therapy services that I received when I was a kid in the system. I also do understand the benefit of therapy services, but I feel that because therapists go in with some sort of bias towards the kids in the system, that there's also that they come in with just this preconceived notions of the child, and I also don't really like that. So therapeutic services can oftentimes lead to ongoing trauma. There's also very low accountability for agencies who are producing poor outcomes for young adults who age out of the system. So agencies are more likely not to be penalized when they have the results of all these young adults aging out of the system that now go into poverty or more involved in the welfare system or get incarcerated or go homeless and things of that such. And so it really creates this culture where children become case numbers to them. So I think that the foster care system is corrupt, and that more people should be educated and get involved in in their local foster care system near them. And if anything, in this message in this video, I want to share with you guys, is that I think that if more people were educated on what goes on in the foster care system, it would be so much better for the children. Children won't feel like they've been left or forgotten about in the system. And yeah, I just feel that we could be doing um, so much better as a country by by taking care of the orphans and the vulnerable among us. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please join in on the conversation and let me know if you want to get like a revamp fostered life story video. I'm just thinking here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Join in the conversation. Make sure you give a like. All right. I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Patriots. Thank you for tuning in to This Is Her America. We're here to have the conversations others are afraid to touch. If today's episode challenged you, encouraged you, or gave you a new perspective, do not keep it to yourself. Share it, subscribe, and join the conversation. Follow the podcast on YouTube and all major platforms and stay connected because this isn't just commentary. This is conviction. Until next time, stay rooted in truth, be bold in faith, and unafraid to stand. This is her time. This is her America. From yours truly.